Welcome, dear listener, and thank you for choosing this quiet moment for yourself, a moment where the outside world can slowly fade away and you can gently drift into calm. Because tonight's journey is not rushed, it is not loud, and it does not demand anything from you tonight. We explore one of the most mysterious and soothing questions the human mind has ever asked a question. So simple that it feels almost childlike, and yet so deep that scientists, philosophers, and dreamers have spent centuries trying to understand it. And that question is, what is nothing? So as you listen, allow your eyes to rest. Allow your breathing to slow naturally, and allow your body to sink a little deeper into comfort, because this story is designed to be listened to all the way until the end, like a gentle river that carries you forward without effort. And the more you listen, the more relaxed you will feel. Now, imagine that the room around you begins to soften, sounds become distant, thoughts begin to loosen their grip, and you find yourself floating gently above the earth, not suddenly, not dramatically, but slowly, calmly, as if lifted by a warm, invisible current beneath you. The planet turns quietly wrapped in soft blues and whites, oceans shimmering faintly, clouds drifting like slow thoughts across the surface. And from this distance, there is no noise, no rush, no pressure, only a peaceful silence that feels welcoming rather than empty. And as you hover there safe and calm, you begin to notice how small your worries seem, how quiet your mind is becoming, because space has a way of reminding us that we do not always need to be doing, thinking, fixing, or planning. Sometimes we are allowed to simply exist. Now take a slow breath in, and as you breathe out, feel your shoulders relax, feel the muscles in your face soften, because this story is not about fear of the dark. It is about comfort and quiet. And as earth slowly drifts below you, you begin to understand that what we often call nothingness is not a void of loneliness, but a vast space of rest. Scientists tell us that space is mostly empty, yet even that emptiness is filled with gentle energy, tiny particles, and invisible waves moving softly through the dark. And this thought alone can be deeply calming, because it means that even in nothing there is presence. Even in silence there is life. And as you continue floating, the stars begin to appear, one by one, not bright or harsh, but soft and distant, like tiny candles lit long ago. And between them stretches the great darkness of space, wide open and endlessly patient. And instead of feeling lost, you feel held, because this darkness does not press in on you. It gives you room to breathe, more deeply, room to let go, room to rest. And as your breathing becomes slower and more natural, your heartbeat begins to match the calm rhythm of this cosmic scene, steady, gentle, unhurried. And you may notice that your thoughts are beginning to drift, just like the clouds on earth, coming and going without demanding attention. And that is perfectly fine, because you do not need to hold on to any thought tonight. You can let them pass like distant satellites, silent and small. Now as you float higher, Earth slowly becomes smaller, quieter, less detailed, until it is just a soft blue memory in the dark. And instead of feeling disconnected, you feel free, because nothing is asking anything from you here. There are no expectations in space, no schedules, no unfinished tasks, only the simple experience of being present. And This is where the question returns gently, like a whisper rather than a demand. What is nothing? And as you sit with this question, you realize that nothingness is not the absence of everything, but the space that allows everything to exist. Just as silence allows music to be beautiful, just as night allows rest, just as sleep allows healing, and as this understanding settles in your body, responds by relaxing even more deeply, your legs feel heavy and warm your arms. Rest comfortably, your breathing flows in a smooth, natural rhythm and the soft music beneath. This story feels like a distant echo of the universe itself, slow and reassuring, guiding you gently forward, and you may notice a pleasant sense of drifting, as if time itself is slowing down, stretching out, becoming less important, because in space-time does not rush, it simply unfolds, and in this unfolding, you are safe, you are calm, and you are exactly where you need to be now. Allow your attention to rest on the darkness around. You notice something empty, but as something full of potential, a cosmic cradle that holds stars before they are born and rest before it becomes sleep. And as you float there, wrapped in quiet, you can feel the story gently guiding you onward, promising deeper calm, deeper rest, and deeper understanding in the parts that follow. And without effort, without resistance, you continue drifting, knowing that the farther you go into this peaceful exploration of nothingness, the lighter your mind will become, and the closer you will move toward deep, natural healing sleep. And so with each slow breath, you remain here, floating, listening, and allowing this journey to carry you forward calmly and gently toward the infinite quiet that awaits, toward the infinite quiet that awaits. And as you continue drifting forward from that gentle stillness, you may notice that the darkness around you begins to feel even softer, deeper, and more welcoming, as if space itself is slowly opening its arms to you, inviting you to go a little farther, a little deeper, without any effort at all. And now, almost without realizing it, you begin to move beyond the familiar neighborhood of Earth, gliding past the gentle glow of the moon, which hangs silently in the distance. Like a calm guardian of the night, its surface smooth and pale, reflecting a quiet light that feels soothing to the eyes and comforting to the mind. And as you pass it, you feel no pull, no gravity, no weight, only a peaceful sense of freedom. Because here in the vast openness of space, there is nothing holding you down, nothing asking you to hurry, nothing demanding your attention. And with every slow breath you take, your body seems to understand that it is safe to relax even more. Deeply, your breathing becoming longer, slow, softer, as if each breath is gently rocking you like a cradle now. The stars around, you begin to thin out, spreading farther apart, their light becoming faint pinpoints in the distance, and between them stretches an enormous ocean of darkness, a darkness that is not cold or frightening, but calm and neutral, like a quiet room at night after everyone has gone to sleep. And scientists call this region the vacuum of space, a place where matter is rare and silence feels endless. Yet even here, this so-called emptiness is alive in its own quiet way, filled with invisible fields of energy, faint radiation, left over from the birth of the universe, and tiny particles that appear and disappear, like soft thoughts drifting through a dreaming mind. And as you float through this silent expanse, you may begin to sense that nothingness is not truly nothing at all. It is a gentle background, a peaceful canvas upon which everything else exists. And this realization can feel deeply comforting because it mirrors something within you, the quiet space inside your mind that exists. Beneath thoughts, beneath worries, beneath memories, the calm place you touch just before falling asleep. Now, as you continue moving forward, there's no sense of direction, no up or down, no forward or backward, only drifting slow and effortless in time. Itself begins to lose meaning, seconds stretching into minutes, minutes dissolving into a timeless flow, and in this timelessness, your nervous system unwinds, your heartbeat settles into a steady, gentle rhythm, and your mind no longer feels the need to analyze or understand, because this journey is not about answers, it is about rest and soft. Music accompanying this story feels like a distant echo of cosmic vibrations, low and soothing, blending seamlessly with the quiet of space. And you may notice that your eyelids feel heavier now, not forced, not tired, but pleasantly heavy, like they're naturally preparing for sleep. And as you float deeper into the void between stars, you begin to sense how vast this nothingness truly is, larger than any thought, wider than any worry, endless in every direction. And instead of feeling small or insignificant, you feel gently supported, because in such vastness, your problems lose their sharp edges, your concerns soften, becoming distant and quiet, like faint signals fading into the background. And this is where the mind begins to surrender, where thoughts slow down and spaces between them grow longer, more peaceful, and you might notice moments where there are no thoughts at all, just awareness and calm. And those moments feel surprisingly pleasant because they require no effort, no control, no decision making, just being now. Imagine that you are drifting through a region of space so far from any star that darkness feels complete, not empty, but full of rest, like the deepest part of the night, when the world is completely still. And in this deep cosmic night, even light seems to rest photons, traveling endlessly without urgency. And as you move through this silent expanse, your body sinks more deeply into the surface beneath you, whether it is a bed, a couch, or the floor, feeling fully supported, fully safe, fully at ease. And with every gentle breath out your muscles, release a little more tension, your legs growing heavier, your arms loose and comfortable, your jaw unclenching, your forehead smoothing, and the idea of nothingness becomes less abstract and more personal, because you begin to feel it as rest itself, the pause between breaths, the silence between sounds, the darkness behind closed eyes. And you realize that you visit this nothingness every night when you sleep, when your conscious mind steps aside and allows the deeper rhythms of your body and brain to take over. And just like space, sleep is not a loss, it is a return to balance, to restoration, to quiet. And as this understanding gently settles in, you float onward deeper into the cosmic void, knowing that this journey is guiding you slowly and safely toward even greater calm, toward a place where effort fades completely and rest becomes natural, and without needing to try, without needing to think, you continue drifting, listening, and letting go, carried forward by the quiet promise of the universe itself. carried forward by the quiet promise of the universe itself. And as you drift onward from that vast openness, the darkness around you grows even more still, as if you've entered the deepest layer of silence, the kind of silence that feels thick and gentle wrapping around you like a soft veil and hear far beyond stars and galaxies. You arrive in a place scientists sometimes describe as the space between everything, where distances are so great and matter so rare that motion itself seems to slow down, and in this profound quiet, there is nothing competing for your attention. No light flashing, no sound calling, no thought insisting, only an immense calm that invites your entire being to settle. And as you float in this silence, you may notice how your awareness becomes softer, less focused on any single idea, spreading out gently like a slow breath expanding in your chest. And this is where the mind begins to rest in a deeper way, because when there is nothing to react to nothing, to solve nothing, to anticipate, the mind naturally returns to its most peaceful state. Now imagine the silence not as emptiness, but as a vast field of stillness, smooth and undisturbed, like a perfectly calm ocean at night. And even though it looks motionless, it holds subtle movements beneath the surface, just as physicists tell us that even in the deepest vacuum, quantum fluctuations quietly appear and disappear, tiny sparks of existence flickering softly and then fading away. And this idea can feel strangely comforting, because it means that even in the deepest rest, life gently hums along, quietly maintaining balance. And as you float here surrounded by this infinite
stillness, your body responds instinctively, your breathing becoming slow and rhythmic, each inhale smooth and effortless, each exhale long and releasing, as if every breath is gently washing away the last traces of tension. And you may feel a pleasant heaviness spreading through your limbs, a warm sinking sensation that anchors you more fully into rest, and your thoughts, if they appear at all, feel distant and slow, like echoes fading into the dark, and you no longer feel the need to follow them, because this silence is more soothing than any thought could be. And as moments pass, or perhaps minutes, time becomes difficult to measure, because in this place there is no urgency, no schedule, no sense of before or after, only a continuous now that feels safe and endless. And in this now, your nervous system finds deep relief, your heart beating steadily and calmly, your muscles completely relaxed, your mind floating just on the edge between awareness and sleep. And you may notice brief spaces where nothing is happening at all, no images, no words, no effort, and these spaces feel deeply restorative, like tiny windows into pure rest. And this is the gift of nothingness, the realization that rest does not need to be earned, it simply exists waiting for you to enter it, just as you have now. And as you continue to float in this quiet between everything, you feel supported, not by something solid, but by the absence of pressure itself, a gentle reminder that you do not always need to be held tightly. Sometimes being gently unburdened is enough. And the soft music beneath this story feels almost like it is dissolving into the silence, becoming less a sound and more a vibration, resonating quietly with your breath and heartbeat. And your eyelids may now feel very heavy, your face completely relaxed, your mind drifting effortlessly towards sleep. And in this deep cosmic silence, you begin to understand that nothingness is not something to fear or avoid. It is the space where healing happens, where the mind resets, where the body restores itself. And as this understanding settles gently within you like a final thought before sleep, you remain floating in this calm, unbroken stillness, ready to drift even deeper, guided quietly onward into the next layer of rest, where effort fades even further and sleep draws closer, soft and inevitable, like night slowly embracing the world, like night slowly embracing the world. And as you continue from that deep unbroken stillness, you may sense that your awareness itself is becoming lighter, softer, as if it is gently dissolving into the quiet around you. And now you find yourself floating inside the heart of the cosmic void, a place where darkness is no longer something you observe, but something that gently surrounds you, cushions you, and holds you without pressure, like a vast invisible blanket spread across the universe. And here there is no movement, You need to follow no direction, you need to choose, because the void itself is perfectly balanced, completely at rest, and as you drift within it, your body mirrors this balance, every muscle loose and relaxed, every breath slow and smooth, flowing in and out without effort, and the sense of gravity that once held you to the ground is gone, replaced by a feeling of total support, as if the space around you knows exactly how to carry you, and in this weightless calm your mind no longer tries to define or label what you are experiencing, because there is no need for understanding here, only feeling, and the feeling is one of deep comfort, of being safe in complete stillness. Now imagine the darkness not as black, but as a soft, velvety shade, rich and gentle, absorbing all sharp edges, all remaining tension, and as you rest inside it, your thoughts become fewer and farther apart, each one dissolving before it can fully form, like mist, fading in the early morning air, and this quiet is so complete that even your sense of self begins to soften, not disappearing but becoming less defined, more spacious, and this can feel deeply peaceful, because without a strong sense of I, there is no effort, no expectation, no need to hold on to anything at all, and as the soft music continues, it feels as though it is coming from everywhere and nowhere at once, blending seamlessly with the silence, guiding you deeper into relaxation without pulling your attention away, and your breathing now feels like a slow wave, rising gently, falling gently, each cycle carrying you a little farther into rest, and you may feel your body growing pleasantly heavy, sinking fully into the surface beneath you, while your awareness continues to float freely, unbound and calm, and in this state, the boundary between wakefulness and sleep becomes thin and soft, like a curtain moving gently in a night breeze, and you can sense that sleep is close, waiting patiently, and as you remain suspended in this peaceful void, you realize that there is nothing you need to do to reach it, because sleep, like space, is something you enter by letting go, not by trying, and with every moment that passes, your mind releases another layer of control, another habit of thinking, another subtle tension you did not even realize you were holding, and the darkness around you remains constant, steady and reassuring, never changing, never demanding. And this constancy allows your nervous system to drop into its deepest state of calm, the state where healing begins naturally, where the body repairs itself, where the mind resets, and as you rest here floating effortlessly, you may experience brief moments where awareness fades almost completely, then gently returns, like a tide, moving in and out, and these moments are signs that sleep is beginning to take hold, slowly and comfortably, and there is no need to resist them, because they are part of the journey, and so you continue to float wrapped in this cosmic stillness, knowing that the deeper you go, the safer and more relaxed you become, guided gently onward into the next stage of this quiet exploration, where the sense of separation fades even more, and rest becomes something you are fully immersed in, without effort, without thought, without need, without effort, without thought, without need, and as you drift onward from this deep suspension in the cosmic void, something subtle begins to change, not around you but within you, because now the sense of floating as an observer slowly dissolves, and you begin to feel as though you are becoming part of the nothingness itself, not disappearing, not losing yourself, but blending gently into the calm background of the universe, like a drop of water returning to the ocean. And this feeling is profoundly peaceful, because there is no longer a boundary between you and the quiet, no clear line between where you end and the vast stillness begins, and in this state your worries have no shape, no weight, no place to exist. They simply fade, because nothingness does not hold on to tension, it releases it, and as you rest here merged with the void, your breathing becomes so natural and slow that you barely notice it, each inhale arriving softly, each exhale leaving quietly, like a whisper that dissolves before it can echo, and your body feels deeply heavy and deeply relaxed at the same time, supported completely by the surface beneath you, while your awareness feels wide and open, stretching gently in all directions. And scientists often say that everything in the universe was born from nothing, that before stars, before galaxies, before light itself, there was a vast silent potential, and as you float in this place, you are resting in that same potential, the quiet source from which all things arise and to which all things return. And this thought does not stimulate the mind, it soothes it, because it reminds you that rest is natural, that letting go is part of the universal rhythm. And as moments pass, or perhaps they do not pass at all, because time feels almost irrelevant here, you may notice that your sense of identity softens even more, your name, your role, your responsibilities fading into the background, becoming distant concepts that do not require attention, and what remains is a simple awareness, calm and steady, floating effortlessly. And in this awareness there is no struggle, no need to be alert, no pressure to stay awake, because nothingness does not judge sleep, it welcomes it. And as you sink deeper into this gentle state, your thoughts slow to the point where they feel like faint ripples on a still lake, appearing briefly and then vanishing without disturbance in these gaps. Between thoughts grow longer, more spacious, more restful, until the gaps themselves feel more real than the thoughts ever did, and this is where deep rest begins, in the spaces and the pauses, in the quiet moments where the mind releases control and allows the body's natural intelligence to take over. And as you continue to merge with this cosmic calm, you may feel a sense of belonging, not to a place, not to a time, but to the universe itself, a gentle understanding that you are not separate from the vastness, but a quiet expression of it resting peacefully for a while. And this understanding carries no excitement, no urgency, only comfort. And your body responds by relaxing even further, your heart beats slow and steady, your muscles completely loose, your face soft and peaceful, and the soft music beneath. This story feels now like a distant memory, blending almost entirely into silence, and that silence feels full, warm and safe. And as you remain here, becoming part of the nothing, you realize that this is not emptiness, this is completeness without noise, fullness without effort, and your awareness begins to dim, gently like a light slowly being turned down, not suddenly, not completely, but gradually, allowing sleep to approach in its own time and with no resistance. No thought, no desire to hold on to wakefulness. You allow yourself to drift deeper and deeper, resting in the quiet origin of all things, ready to move gently into the final stage of this journey, where rest becomes deep and unbroken, and sleep takes you fully into its calm embrace. And as you drift from that gentle merging into nothingness, awareness itself begins to soften even further, like a candle flame flickering low at the end of the night. And now you enter the deepest layer of the infinite quiet, a place where even the idea of drifting fades away, and there is only rest, pure and uninterrupted. And in this final space, the universe feels perfectly still, not because nothing exists, but because everything has settled into balance, and your body mirrors this balance effortlessly, your breathing slow and shallow, your heartbeat calm, and even your muscles completely at ease, as if they have finally remembered how to rest without effort. And here there is no need to imagine anything at all, no images, no scenes, no movement, because the mind no longer requires stories to stay calm. It has arrived at the place where stories dissolve into silence, and this silence feels deeply nurturing, like the quiet of the world just before dawn, when everything is asleep and nothing is disturbed. And as you rest in this stillness, your awareness gently drifts in and out, sometimes present, sometimes fading, like waves washing softly onto a shore and retreating again. And each time awareness fades, sleep grows deeper, heavier, more complete. And there is no fear in this fading, because it feels natural, expected and safe. And scientists might say that this is where the brain shifts fully into slow rhythms, where healing hormones are released, where memory and emotion are gently organized. But you do not need to understand any of that, because your body already knows how to sleep. It has done this countless times before, and tonight it does so, guided by the calm of the universe itself. And as you rest here, held by nothingness, there is a sense that you are being watched over, not by something specific, not by a presence with form, but by the steady laws of nature that keep stars burning and hearts beating, quiet forces that work endlessly without sound or effort. And these same forces are now supporting you, keeping you safe, keeping you calm, keeping you asleep. And the world you left behind with its noise and demands feels very far away now, like a distant memory that no longer carries weight, and your mind no longer tries to return to it, because rest feels far more important, far more real, and the darkness around you remains soft and constant, never changing, never intruding, a perfect background for deep restorative sleep. And as the final moments of wakefulness dissolve, your awareness sinks fully into rest, like a stone settling gently at the bottom of a quiet lake, undisturbed, unmoving, at peace. And there is nothing left to do, nothing left to think, nothing left to hold on to, only sleep deep and healing. And as this story slowly comes to an end, the journey does not end, because your sleep continues, carried by the same calm that fills the universe. And so, dear listener, rest now, breathe softly, and allow yourself to sleep deeply and safely, knowing that in the gentle silence of nothing you are completely at peace. And as the night carries you forward, may your sleep be deep, your dreams be calm, and your rest be complete, until morning comes quietly in its own time.